Cost accounting and purchase cost variances in Oracle Cloud. Hi, I'm Linus and welcome back to this 8-step video series where we go through a standard cost process end to end, step by step. In step 5 of 8, we will now create a transaction, and not any transaction. We will create a purchase order and give it a different price than we have defined as the standard cost for our item. This step has two different parts to it. First, we're going to create a purchase order with purchase cost variance, and then we're going to receive this purchase order in inventory management. With that being said, let's now jump into Oracle and create our purchase order. So we're in a demo environment again here as Casey Brown. Casey for this task has the role of a buyer. We want to navigate into procurement and create a basic purchase order from scratch in here. If you want to learn more about purchase orders and go into way more detail, we also have a completely free course for this on Panamir under the procurement learning path. So as soon as we're in here, we want to go over to the right side to the task panel and then go to create order. This will open this small screen here where you can put in your basic information. For the supplier, it doesn't really matter. Let's select these supplies, for example. And the ship to location is right. We want to send this to our inventory organization in Seattle, USD, and click on create. This will open this big overview of a purchase order. You can edit multiple things here. What is important for us right now is just to scroll down and add a line and put our item on the line. Okay, so here's our line. The type is goods by quantity. And now let's find our item that we created in the previous videos. This was LE phone, I think. Let's tap out and see if it finds it automatically. Yes, that's LE phone standard, perfect. The category name defaults as miscellaneous. Don't be fooled here and don't confuse that. We have different categories and different catalogs in Oracle Cloud. The category that we selected when creating the item was in the inventory item catalog. And this here is the purchasing catalog. That's why we don't see our item category that we had in the default cost profile here, but it is the right item that we created with this attributes. So no worries about that. Quantity will be 10. I think we defined the price of $100, and here's where it gets very interesting. If we were still in actual costing like in the last course, the system would take any price that we put on a line here now as the actual price for that transaction. In standard cost, this does not happen the same way because we gave the system a price that is predefined by us. So what the system will do is calculate the transaction cost with the price that we already gave it in defining the standard cost, and whatever we put here and the difference will be tracked as purchase price variance, or what they now in Oracle Cloud call purchase cost variance. You will hear both PPV or PCV, and that basically means exactly the same. So what we're going to do is not putting in the 100 that we predefined in the system, but we will say every of these items will cost $120 to see what is the difference and what the system does with it whenever we try to create cost accounting distributions and cost accounting. So this will be very interesting. As soon as you give it a price, everything else will default, and that's nearly enough to already move ahead. There's only one small thing that you gotta do, so go to schedules here. And because we're not ordering services but an item, the system requires you to give either a requested delivery date or a promised delivery date. Let's just select one date and submit this here. This really doesn't matter. Let's go and submit. Okay, so now that we have the purchase order submitted for approval, this will be auto approved in a demo environment. We click on OK. Now for part 2, you want to click on the home icon, and we want to go into inventory management to receive these ordered items, and that will be in supply chain execution and then inventory management. If you want to learn more about inventory management, same as purchasing, we have a completely free course. In that case, I made it myself, so I can highly recommend it, obviously. So feel free to check it out on panamir.com completely for free. For our purposes now, we just want to go into inventory management. On the task panel to the right, go up here and switch to receipts. And in the receipts area, you're going to receive expected shipments. Luckily here we can just search for our item. So LE phone, let's tap out, click on search, and there's one expected shipment from our purchase order. If you already watched my inventory management course, you will realize this is direct delivery, so we don't have to do a put away. Receiving will be enough. So I highlight the line, click on receive, then on the next page, just click on show receipt quantity will be 10. For the sub inventory, it doesn't really matter. Let's just select finished goods and then click on create receipt. And in here, don't do anything, just click on submit again. So we did both parts. We first created the purchase order and now we created a receipt. The next step is to transfer this transactional information from the different areas that we transacted in into cost accounting. This will be a little bit different than it was in actual costing. So make sure to not skip this video and watch the complete course here on Panamia. And as always, if you need my personal help on your project, feel free to reach out to me directly using the link below.